Your AI is the smartest intern you've ever hired, locked in a room with no phone, no internet, and a textbook that's a year out of date. And almost everyone coding with AI is leaving it in that room and wondering why it keeps guessing wrong. That intern is brilliant at reasoning, but it can't see your database, it can't open your app, it can't read the current docs for the library you're using. So when it doesn't know something, it does the most dangerous move a confident, eager worker can make. It makes it up. It guesses your column names from the way they sound. It writes code against a version of an API that got deleted 6 months ago, and it says done every time because it has no way to check. MCPs are how you unlock that door. You hand the intern a phone, live internet, and your actual systems, and it stops guessing and starts checking. Stick with me because I'm going to name the exact set I run, show you the one rule that keeps it from becoming a loaded gun. And by the end, you'll know which ones to wire into your own project. Hi, I'm Alex Brockway, and a year ago, I couldn't write a single line of code. Today, real companies run on software that I built. And on this channel, I show you exactly how it's done. So let me kill the confusion first, because the word sounds like jargon and it isn't. MCP. It stands for Model Context Protocol. Forget the words. Here's what it actually is. A way for your AI to reach out of its own head and touch a real system. That's it. Out of the box, your AI only reasons. It sits there and thinks, and MCP gives it hands. With the right one wired in, it can fetch the current docs for a library before it writes a line against it. It can look at your real database schema and confirm a column actually exists before it builds a query on top of it. It can drive a real browser, read your error tracker, check your deploy logs, and that's the whole game. The difference between an AI that talks about your system and one that can actually operate it. A reasoner versus an operator. Every MCP you wire in moves it one step further from guessing toward knowing. Now I have to correct something, because the internet has split into two dumb camps on this, and they're both wrong. One camp says MCPs are a gimmick, you don't need them, just prompt harder, garbage. A model with no hands is a model that guesses, and I'll show you exactly how that bites you in a second. The other camp went the opposite way and wired up 40 of them. Every shiny server they could find, a kitchen sink pile of capabilities they use twice a year. Also wrong. And I'll show you why that's its own kind of slow poison. The truth sits dead in the middle, and almost nobody says it out loud. MCPs are massively, genuinely helpful. You just need the right ones, and you need to route them properly. Not 0, not 40. The handful that earn their place, scoped tight. Get that right, and your AI becomes a clever guesser and becomes something that can do the work and check it. So let me hand you the actual set I run by job, because the specifics are the whole point. A vague wire up some MCPs teaches you nothing. First, a current docs fetcher. This one earns its keep on day one. Your model's training has a cutoff. It knows the library as it was, not as it is. Libraries move, methods get renamed, arguments change, whole APIs get deprecated out from under you. So before the AI writes against a library, the docs MCP pulls the current docs. Live truth, not a stale memory. And the whole class of that method doesn't exist anymore, bugs, just vanishes. Second, the Supabase MCP. And this one is wired read-only on purpose, which I'll come back to because it matters more than anything else here. It lets the AI look at your real database schema and validate a query against what's actually there before it writes it. Third, the Playwright Browser MCP. That drives a real browser so the AI can open your live app and check the screen like a customer would. Fourth, the Sentry MCP, which lets it search and read your real production errors, and the Vercel MCP, so it can read your build and runtime logs to actually debug a broken deploy instead of guessing at it. a code search MCP for semantic search across your own code base, and the framework-specific docs servers for whatever you build them. That's the working set. Notice it is a docs, schema, browser, errors, deploy logs. Every one of those is the AI seeing something real instead of imagining it. And here's why this matters more than it sounds. Because it connects to everything I teach. The whole method I run lives on one rule. Never assume, always verify. Done doesn't mean AI generated some code. Done means it checked the result against reality. Well, an AI with no MCPs literally cannot verify anything. It has no way to look. So always verify is just a nice slogan you tape to the wall. The MCP stack is what makes that rule possible. It's the AI's hands and eyes. The browser MCP lets it verify the screen. The read-only database MCP lets it verify the schema. The error MCP lets it verify what's really breaking in production. You can't tell a worker to check its work and then take away every tool it would use to check. The MCPs are the tools. That's why this isn't optional polish. It's what turns verify, don't assume, from a wish into something the machine can actually do. Now the rule that matters more than every other one in this video. And if you take one sentence away, take this. Least privilege always, and especially the database. A tool that can write to your production database sitting in the hands of an eager AI is a loaded gun. I mean that exactly. AI's whole nature is to take the shortest path to the finish line. Hopefully, helpfully, confidently. So you give it a database MCP that can mutate data, point it at production, and one day it decides the cleanest way to fix your problem is just to go change the data. And now you've got a catastrophic, helpful, irreversible, I fixed it for you incident on live customer data. That's why my Supabase MCP is read-only by hard rule. It validates the schema, it never ever mutates. The AI uses it to check reality, not to change it. And you scope every single server that way. Absolute minimum access it needs to do its job, and nothing dangerous within reach. A read-only window onto your database is a gift. A write key to your production database in an AI's hands is an incident with a start date. Now, the gotcha that catches even careful people, and it's the opposite failure. Don't let your whole harness hard depend on a single MCP. If your core workflow falls apart the moment one server is flaky or down, then every hiccup becomes a full stop. You're sitting there blocked because a docs fetcher had a bad morning. So you design for what I call graceful degradation. The essential work keeps moving even when an optional MCP isn't available. MCPs add capability. None of them should be the single point of failure that stalls everything. Tier them. The handful that core work depends on, and the ones that are nice to have when they're up. Capability, not fragility. Because an MCP stack that makes you faster on a good day and dead in the water on a bad one isn't leverage. It's a liability you haven't met yet. And here's the one that quietly costs you every day. The reason the 40 MCP camp is wrong. Every MCP you wire in is a surface area, and it isn't free. A server you add takes up room in the AI's context and adds weight to every single session, whether you use it that day or not. 20 servers you touch twice a year are 20 servers bloating the AI's head and slowing it down on the work you're actually doing. So you curate hard. You wire the ones that earn their place, docs, schema, browser, errors, deploy logs, and you skip the novelty servers that sounded cool on a Tuesday. More isn't better. The right ones are better. This is the same discipline as everything else in the method. It's not about piling on more capability. It's about the judgment to know which capability actually matters and cutting the rest. So let me hand you the gotchas straight, because they're the whole difference between an MCP stack that makes you dangerous and one that's a total mess. An overprivileged server is a loaded gun. Read only on anything that can touch production. No exceptions on the dangerous ones. Hard depending on a flaky MCP stalls your whole harness. Tier them so core work survives one going down. Skipping the schema check gets you confident, broken queries. Wire the read-only database MCP and make the AI use it. No live docs fetcher gets you code written against an API that's already gone. Wire it, and that whole bug class disappears. And MCP sprawl quietly taxes every session. Curate to the ones that earn it. 5 rules. Tape them to the wall. And handling every one of those clean, the server's scoped, the database locked read-only, the tiers set so nothing stalls, is exactly what the done-for-you pack in Premium wires for you. Understanding it though, it's free, and it's right here. And here's the quiet bonus underneath all of it. You're not buying some separate product to make any of this work. The MCP stack runs right inside Claude Code. You launch the Claude desktop app, and it's already there, ready to wire up servers, no separate tool to install. And the AI doing all of this reaching and checking is the same Claude subscription you already pay for. You're not paying some middleman tool company at API rates per call to give your AI hands. That's a big part of how I keep my entire stack cheap. The leverage is built into something you've already got. You just haven't asked it to use it yet. So that's the model. MCPs turn a reasoner into an operator. You wire the handful that earn their place, you scope everyone to least privilege with the database read-only, and you tier them so no single server can stall the whole show. And honestly, you've got enough right now to go look at your own setup tonight. Open your project, see what you've got wired, probably nothing, and add the high-value 3 first. A current docs fetcher, a read-only database MCP, and a browser MCP. Those 3 pay for themselves the same day, so go do it. You'll learn more from one real attempt than from 10 more videos like this one. So here's where you go from here, and I mean this. Come hang out with us on School. We run a great community, and it's loaded. Nearly 10 hours of free training, including Foundations, the free course that takes you from never having written a line of code to actually building real software step by step. A free library of starter templates and prompts, and a brand new video every single week. All of it free. So come join us. The link, it's in the description. We want to see you in there. And let me spell out exactly what Premium is, because most people genuinely have no idea. Premium is the inner membership of that same community. It's where the done-for-you build packs live, including the exact MCP stack from this video, getting the whole stack typed, the servers chosen, everyone scoped to least privilege, the read-only database wired right, the graceful degrade tiers set so one flaky server doesn't take you down, the standing rules that make the AI actually use them. That took me real reps and a few scares to get right, so I built it for you. You don't wire it by hand, you download the pack, point your AI at the start file, and it reads it and builds the stack into your own project. It starts by listing what you currently have wired and what's missing, then walks you through adding the right servers, scoping each one, and setting the verify rules, one step at a time. That pack, plus 15 more, every one a real piece of the production stack I actually run every day. It's another 10 hours of deeper courses. It's the full resource repository, every template, prompt, and tool. And it's weekly access to me to get your own build unstuck. What's free teaches you the pattern, Premium hands you the working machine, and puts you in the room with me. But you don't have to start there, and honestly, most people probably shouldn't. Everything you need to begin is completely free. Grab the build kit and the free course, all at AICodeThatWorks.com. Then find us in the School community. Head on over. We can't wait to meet you. So that's the MCP stack. The difference between an AI locked in a room, guessing at your systems, and one that can actually fetch your live docs, read your real schema, drive your real browser, and check your actual errors before it ever tells you it's done. Stop letting it guess. Hand it the right tools, scope them tight, and let it operate your system instead of imagining it. And hit subscribe. I put out a new video like this every single week. I'll see you on the next one.